Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is that you're listening to this. My name is Yvette Wanzu, and welcome back to the Walking with Wanzu podcast. How are you? How have you been? Has life been kind to you? It's been treating you good? Tough times? I'm sending you love and hugs nonetheless. Welcome back to the podcast. Enjoy listening.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. My name is Yvette Wanzu, and I just want us to get straight into it. Now, this is something that has been trending for a hot minute, and I thought I'd hop onto it because it's something that I've been hoping to discuss for a while now. And what a better time to do it than now? So it's this trend that has been going round and round. I've seen a number of videos on Instagram, a couple on TikTok, and I feel like I resonate to a lot of them. So I wanted to come on here and share my own experience and my own 2 cents. Now, this is the things I am too old for now. I've just started the third decade of my life. Yes, I turned 30 this year. Those of us who were born in 1993 and you've already turned 30, how are you feeling? I hope you're okay because it is equally as exciting as it is scary, right? And I'm feeling like now I need to rush, rush, rush. Like I need to make something out of this life I have been given. I feel like my era and season for procrastination is quickly coming to an end, and I really need to get my life together. But at the same time, I'm excited to be in a season where it's, you know what, it's 30 years of life. I feel like I have experienced a number of things. I'm starting to get comfortable in my skin, to understand the things that don't work for me and the things that do. But I'm also eager to learn from those around me, eager to learn from what life has in store for me and the experiences that I have gotten, but I will also get to have. So it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful season, and it's good. It's good to be alive, right? Right? Life, wow, life. Come through, Anjiro. Life is a gift, but I am either way. I am just excited, and even when things get hard, I refuse and try not to lose sight of the fact that life is such a beautiful gift. Life is such a beautiful, beautiful gift. So, things I am too old for. I have a list with me because I didn't want to leave anything out. I want to say everything that I feel I need to say. And the first thing is last minute plans and forced plans. Mhm. Okay, so some of us spent the better part of our teens being a people pleaser. Ati we go where? It's okay. Let's go. What are you doing? Oh, you want me to come? Fine, I'll come. Um, and sometimes maybe you're just feeling like you just want to stay home, or you have other plans, or you just don't have the resources to finance those random plans. I have never been more comfortable in my life to tell someone, "Oh, we go where? Do what? No, I'm sorry, I can't make it." Or "I'm sorry, I can't finance that." Or "No, I wasn't planning to do that. I just want to stay home." Or "I had other plans." Honesty for me is big, is huge. And the same way I demand it from people is the same way I try to give it. So one thing about me, I am too old for forced and last minute plans. If you want us to do something, you're going to have to come up and ask me way in advance. If you feel like there's something that we need to do, or you feel like you want to hang out, please ask me in advance. And I've even gotten to the point where I never understood people who used to put things up in their calendar until I discovered the beauty of Google Calendar. So I'm there nowadays putting on birthdays because life is lifing, and sometimes you need reminders to remember people's birthdays. Sometimes you need reminders to remember you have plans with someone, lest you leave the office and go home and someone is sitting at a restaurant waiting for you to show up. Unless you remember, you're having one of your ugly days. You know those days where you're even too tired to draw your brows, and no shade to people who don't put on makeup. But for me personally, because I love makeup and I'm still learning my way around makeup, I feel like bare minimum for me is to at least draw my eyebrows. But there are times when you wake up in the morning and you're just like, let's just get on with this day. Me, I'm tired. Especially Thursdays. I don't know what it is about Thursdays because it's like pre-weekend, but it's also smack in the middle of the week. It really messes with your energy. Especially if you're having a tough week and it's Thursday morning. You are not, you couldn't be any more eager to get it over and done So yes, I am too old for last minute and forced plans. Other thing I'm too old for is unhappy relationships. And by relationships, I mean friendships, I mean family relations, I mean romantic relationships. I am not going to put myself in a situation where I am constantly unhappy, constantly disrespected, my needs are not met. I'm just like, why? Why? If I die tomorrow, I want to go through coming from a happy and fulfilled relationship both ways, in terms of my family, in terms of my friendships, and even my romantic relationships when I get there. So no, when I am in a romantic relationship, and this is a skill that I've learned over time, and even now I'm still trying to perfect it and do it well, is to tell someone if I feel like something is moving in a certain direction that I don't like, I'm happy to point it out in a respectful and considerate way. I will say, like, for example, if you're in a relationship where you feel like someone is constantly talking you down, not edifying you, like not encouraging you, or coming through for you when you're going through it, yet you're always the one who is there for them, trying to help them put out fires, you communicate it. You say things like, I don't feel heard, I don't feel seen, I don't feel like you make out time for me. Like whatever it is, when I'm in a relationship, or when I'm just like the many different people God has put in my way. If we're going a certain direction that I feel like is detrimental to me or my well-being, I am happy to point it out. Now, this is the game changer for me. Everybody makes mistakes because we are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm no angel. Trust me. I know. Woo! Because of my petty Aquarius self. I know me. I can be a lot sometimes. But when someone points out that there's something that I am doing that is hurting them or making them feel some type of way, I am happy to reevaluate and try and make a conscious effort to correct and change that. And I expect the same. So when I point out something that I feel is not moving the way I would want to in a relationship, then I would tell a friend, you know what, I feel like you're doing ABCD and it's not sitting well with my soul. I would really like you to change that. So when they make a conscious effort to try and change it, then I'm here for it. They apologize, we move on, we try and do better, be better, move differently. I'm all about that. But when they come through with the passive aggression and then me, I'm like that. And if you don't like it, then I guess we don't have to be friends. Or then perhaps you can. Now that's where I have a problem. I'm just like, okay, then perhaps we don't have to do this. And I'm happy to cordially and peacefully um, love you from a distance, and just see you from a distance as you glow and thrive and do you. Not in my space, not where, because clearly whatever interaction we're having is not edifying to my spirit. And this also comes to that point for, I'm too old to be burning bridges left, right, and center. Right? I feel like there's always a better way to do certain things, unless it really pushes the boundaries. When I'm in a situation where I feel like I need to end whatever interaction I'm having, whether it's a job, whether it's friendship, whether it's a relationship, if I need to put a stop to something that I am interacting with in a particular way, I am starting to learn that sometimes burning the bridges and saying hurtful things and just going ham and destroying someone and burning bridges is not the best way to go about it. I think if given the opportunity, you can be able to pass your point across cordially and respectfully, and then just bow out, drop the mic if you need to, because you know what? Pettiness not a finish. Yeah, drop the mic if you need to, and then just walk away peacefully. Like, it's not all the time we burn bridges. It doesn't always have to end in strife. Sometimes we can we can walk out of a situation without just burning the whole house down. Okay? Yes. Another thing that I'm too old for is wearing uncomfortable clothes, whether they're trendy or not, and putting hairstyles that just make me feel some type of way. I don't want to have hair that is so chunky. I don't want to hold it up I can't hold it up in a bun. When I'm sweating, when I'm sleeping, I'm having the sweats. I'm just feeling like it's giving early menopause. Like I'm really struggling. No, no, thank you. So I'm going to like natural like the moment, I'm really loving having things in a natural and simple state. So currently, I have locks. I'm transitioning my hair into locks, and I love it. I love it for me. I love it for myself, and it's really working for me. I've always, when I was younger, my hair was beautiful. It was long, it was luscious, it was giving. But over time, because I've really experimented with it, I'm trying to nurse my hair back into health. And also because I love to try out new things and I know how to make my own hair. You'll find me doing braids, I take them down. I do this, I take them down. You'll find me rocking my many, many wigs. But I just got to a point where I wanted something nice, cute, and simple. And I love locks. I've always admired people with nice, beautiful locks. And I was just like, why not? I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready. I want locks. I want to wake up in the morning and to be able to go. I want to work out without worrying about sweating and all that. I just want to be able to swim and do all these things without worrying about too much about my hair. Like, will the glue on my lace come off? I want to, I want to make out with my man or do stuff without worrying about my hair. And I feel like locks was the way to go for me. Also, there's something about minimum manipulation for natural African hair that really makes it grow and thrive. And I'm here for it. So currently I'm wearing my hair in locks. I love it. I'm enjoying it. And I'm going to keep it that way. And people have all these opinions about, oh, dreadlocks are so not so neat and it's not so acceptable. But that's you, boo. That's your opinion. Keep it. I am too old to put hair on my head that I'm not comfortable with. If it's a hairstyle that I like, if it works for me, just get with the program. And the same goes for clothes. I don't want to hear, because I have a very slim frame, right? So I am quite petite and very slim. And you hear people say things like, isn't that too baggy? Isn't that too this? And isn't that too that? Well, you go put on your tight clothes. I'm comfortable wearing this. This is my sense of style. This is how I like to rock the clothes that I'm wearing. Now, don't get me wrong, style can evolve over time. My own personal style has evolved over time, and I'm loving what it's evolving into. I don't know if the things that I'm into now I'll be into 5, 10 years from now, but I've always been really, I love tribal, I love Afrocentric, I love bohemian, but in a very muted and beautiful and a simple way. So that's me. Find me where that is. And if that doesn't work for other people and you just want to be uncomfortable, that's not me. I'm not going to be out here wearing and tell people this all the time and they find it so funny. I remember there was this one time I was on a date and this guy was telling me, do you like heels? Do you wear heels? And I was like, I do, but rarely. Like, I'm not going to, unless I'm going for like a job interview that requires me to put on heels or I'm feeling a bit fancy. I think better. I process thoughts better when I'm closer to the ground. So you will constantly find me in flat, cute doll shoes. You'll find me in sandals. That's my happy place. And if I'm trying to do the most, then perhaps I'll do a few wedges here and there. A stiletto would be nice, but it's not. It's just not my vibe, and that's okay. Another thing I'm too old for is not apologizing. Now, I said this a while back, while I was talking about unhappy relationships. It's, if at this point I cannot bring myself to apologize when I'm wrong, then I don't know what is wrong with me. I am very, like, I do have a smart mouth. I recognize that. I am quite defensive. I do recognize that. But one thing I also am is quite reflective, right? So when someone gives me feedback or when I'm told something, or even when I personally know in my petty self, when I do something wrong, over time I'm able to identify and say, you know what, that was cool, the way I moved there, that was wrong. And I am happy to apologize and own my mistakes. So I am too old for doing that me I am the way I am, passive aggressive kind of thing and gaslighting. No. If you do something wrong, just own it, apologize. How the other person chooses to receive your apology now is completely beyond me and up to them, right? But if there's something that I have done or moved or just done personally, me, that has offended or made someone feel some type of way, I am happy to apologize, and just own my mistake and try and correct it and move on from it. Another thing I'm too old for is bad sex. I have been through so much in my adult life to just have bad sex. This 10, 15 minutes or even an hour. Two if you need, three. If you have the whole day, then good for you. The whole weekend, I'm here for it. But I feel like I am too old to be having bad sex. Ayapana. I know because of my upbringing and and the things that I experienced when I was younger, I've always had a bit of like a very shy approach to sex and my sexual experience. When it's being drummed into you that, oh, you need to, be pure, be a virgin, don't have sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You're not trying to be the estate, or the estate person who is everybody's person. You know what I mean? I don't want to label names or just put out triggering labels out there. But sometimes as a girl especially, you can really feel like you're labeled if you have certain sexual encounters or a number of sexual partners. And I'm just, you know what, I am releasing myself and freeing myself from that mindset. Honestly, if I am choosing to have a sexual experience with someone, it better come through looking very wholesome, right? And that's from them putting in the work, but also me equally putting in the work. So there are certain things that when I was younger I was scared to try. I didn't know how to do. There are certain conversations that I was scared of having. And now I'm happy to have them. I'm just like, do I need to get birth control? Do you have a condom? What are we doing? Is this making out going to lead into a sexual encounter? Do I like the person that I'm having sex with? Because I know at this point, not me stamping the table. At this point, I refuse to have sex with someone that I don't like. Why? Why would I do that to myself? My body, me just giving it out to someone that I don't even like just cause. No, thank you. That's not me. That's not how I roll. So if I'm going to have a sexual encounter, I'm going to make sure that I personally enjoy it. I put in the work to also equally pleasure my partner the same way I am trying to get pleasure. Try out new things because it doesn't hurt, and just enjoy the experience and come out of it feeling guilt free. For the longest time, I always used to feel like it's the person you're having the encounter with that's taking from you. That's, I don't know, if it's your first encounter, you're like, oh, they took my virginity. They took. No one is taking anything, honey. Just get into the experience with an open mind and an open heart. Enjoy yourself and come out of it feeling good. It's never that. If there are certain things I could tell my younger self is, take your power. Take your power, because in sex you really need to own your power and own your role. Especially for my ladies out there, please take your power. Please do. And enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Another thing that I am too old for to internalize is people's opinions. One thing about people is they'll talk. You're doing nothing, they'll talk. You're not doing anything. You do something, they'll criticize. You do something really, really well, they'll criticize. You do it and it doesn't go well, they'll still talk. I am too old to be internalizing and living my life according to people's opinions. One thing about me, I'm going to do me, okay? And sometimes, because you're bold and you walk through life doing things that excite you, and you do things according to your own standards and what you feel, doesn't mean that I don't get to experience self-doubt. Doesn't mean that sometimes people don't say, when people say things, they don't affect me. They do. At the end of the day, I just choose to move the way I feel because it's my life. And honestly, I'm not going to let someone come and leave it for me. I'm going to leave it how I choose to leave it. As long as it's not affecting anyone, infringing on anyone's freedoms and rights, I'm Gucci. I'm good. I will do me. And this comes over time. I want to say that I didn't wake up and start not valuing people's opinions and just moving my life around people's opinions. There was a time it affected me. And even now, sometimes it still does. But I am realizing, and I continue to drum that into my mind and into my heart, that it's my life, right? It's my gift. It's me. And it's no rehearsal. I'm not doing life now and then to come back and do it better. It's now. So I might as well live it how I choose, according to my purpose and God's plan for me, and keep it pushing, right? And this is not to say that when someone is trying to give you an opinion, constructive criticism, when someone is trying to tell you something, sometimes it could be out of love, or someone is trying to give you a contrary opinion, it doesn't mean that you don't take it into consideration. But don't let people's opinions, especially negative ones, tear you down. People will always talk. And the minute you make peace with that, it'll change things for you. I promise you. And sometimes when people say things, right? that are disrespectful or condescending, it could be actually very helpful to just shut it down there and there. That's something that I am personally getting with age. You comment on like my body and stuff. I just ask you straight up, how is my body size your problem? How is that an issue for you? How is the way I've worn my hair right now a problem to you? What is it that is preventing you from living your best life because of the way my hair looks? Sometimes you just need to tell people the truth, right? And you can do it in a firm but classy way. Like, it doesn't always have to end in strife. Again, it doesn't. It doesn't need to turn into a fight. It doesn't need to turn into a back and forth. Sometimes you can just say, I don't like the way you've said that, and I would really appreciate it if you address me with a bit of respect next time. You know, sometimes people say certain things just to test your demons, or to see how far they can disrespect you, because you teach people how to treat you. So address these things. If someone gives an opinion that you feel is out of pocket, then just say it. Just tell them, no, I don't feel like it's in your place to tell me that, so please don't. Yeah? And then another thing that I'm too old for is poor communication. Now, I understand that life is busy, okay? We are all trying to do these things. But if I make time, me personally, make time to talk to you, to spend time with you, I make time for you. You better give me the same energy. This thing for you're texting someone on Saturday at midday and then they reply on Tuesday morning. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. If I try to call you and you're busy, or you're in a space where you feel like you don't want to receive phone calls, I would appreciate maybe later on, or not even in the moment, a text saying like, hey, please text me if you need anything. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, or I'm not in a space to be able to receive any phone calls. Like, we are too grown to be doing this silence and ghosting kind of things. I don't know. I personally don't have time in my life for poor communication. I really need to know where I stand with someone. So if you don't want to talk to me, just say so. If you're not in a space where you feel like you want to engage or interact with people, just say so. If I did something wrong and you're trying to pass the message by not communicating or ignoring me or whatever, just say so. I am too grown for people with poor communication skills. And if you're listening to this and your communication skills are just in the pits, fix yourself. Fix yourself. It's 2023. Can we get some things right? Yes? Another thing I am too old for, and this might not apply to everybody, but it applies to me, is going through life just haphazardly, kishagalabagala, kimalamala, just half-assing things. No, I am centered in Christ, right? That is, God for me is the center of my being. And I feel like in life you need something to hope for, something to believe in, right? And I believe in God. Some of us believe in Allah. If you're Muslim, that's good. Some of us believe in Buddha. But I feel like when you get older, because life will really do that thing, you need something to center you. And whatever that is for you, please get it and do it for yourself. When you're centered, it even makes you more conscious of the people around you, how you interact with people, because you are aware that there's something that's higher and greater than yourself, and it changes the game for you. And I hope you find that. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope some of the things that I listed on here, you resonate with them. Tell me in the comments. Reach out to me on social media, Yvette Wanzu on Instagram, tewanzu@gmail.com. Send me a shout. Let me know some of the things that you personally feel that you're too old for. And this is a trend that I don't think can get older. It's something that you can resonate with, whether you're 15, whether you're 20, whether you're 30, whether you're 40, 50, 60, 100, because we are constantly evolving. I personally believe the woman I was, the young lady I was, excuse me, in my 20s, the same person I am when I was in my mid 20s, and is definitely not who I am now that I am 30. And I can just see how 5, 10 years from now, my values, some of my values, and some of the things that I personally do and treasure will have changed. And that's just there's the only constant thing in life, guys, is change. And I hope that you embrace it, that you don't fight it, and move with it accordingly. Life is so much better when you're not fighting it and you just flow with it and learn from whatever it is that it's trying to get you to learn. I'm sending you love and sunshine and all the good vibes that I possibly can get. Hugs from me to you, love and light. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.